back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a tutorial for you all. I've never done a bokeh background before and I really wanted to give it a go. I've tried it in the past and it didn't go so well. So yeah, I've given it another go and I'm actually quite happy with how it's turned out for the first time doing it with just pencils. So yeah, I wanted to do a tutorial on how I created it, so you guys can have a go and actually see how easy it is. I think it's very easy. Obviously it's quite time consuming, building up all the layers and the circles, and yeah, but I'm actually really happy with how it's looking, so I wanted to share it with you all because, you know, it's not very often that I love how a background is going to turn out. So as you can see, I have already started the background on this page that I'm working on, which is from the Hannah Carlson Magical Dawn. This is a buddy colour, so yeah, I wanted to really try the bokeh background to go with the sort of like hourglass and, you know, just something a bit extra on the picture. So yeah, right, I am going to show you all. So what I did first was I took, obviously I'm doing this in like shades of blues. Yeah, so basically I took my lightest colour. I am using the luminance pencils, but you can do this with any pencils you like. And all I did was, I've got this stencil, yeah, it goes this way, with all these different circles and all different sizes, and I literally just picked random ones and just started, you know, like drawing out the circles on the page, overlinking some of them so that I can get that merged effect. Yeah, I didn't do all the really tiny dots because you will see that as I show you how it's done. So yeah, literally just took my lightest shade of pencil, circled out these circles, and then that was that. Then I went in, and I'm gonna zoom you guys in for this bit. Yeah, I'll show you the bit that I've done first. So these 4 circles were what I marked out already. So I started off with these, just shading them in, and then I went in and added the little ones just to add some more shape. So I'm going to be working on this section here with you all. I'm not going to do the whole page because that will take forever. So yeah. Yeah, right, so I'm gonna sharpen my pencil just a little bit so I've got a nice point. Yeah, so I'm gonna start with this one here, and all I'm gonna do is just shade it. I'm not using heavy pressure, keeping it nice and light. Now, I am no expert at doing these backgrounds. This is literally the first time I have tried to do one, other than I tried it once with Neo Colour 2s and it was absolutely awful. So I didn't want to really try again for quite some time, but now I'm getting more confident with my colouring, and it's nice to step out your comfort zone and try new things. So yeah, I'm gonna make the edge of this circle a bit darker by just layering up some colour. Now I like to leave the middle white just so it gives that illuminated look. I'm now gonna do the big one, which I'm thinking I might do more of a greenish blue. I probably should have sharpened my pencils before recording this. Sorry guys. So yeah, I'm now gonna do the exact same as what I did with this one on this page. Not page, I mean circle, sorry. Just following the outlines that I've put in. Now there's no right or wrong way of laying out your circles. Just put them where you feel is right and where you feel it fits well with the picture. And I didn't want to add too many because as you'll see, you can always go back in and add little ones, which is why it's just easier to get a base template drawn out and then build up on it. I know there's lots of other ways that people do the bokeh backgrounds, but so far, I mean, I'm finding this way really easy, but obviously some of you may not, but hopefully it can help you all in learning your own way of doing it. I'm just going to add a bit of shadowing behind that circle there. And then darkening the edges again. This is all gonna look quite rough at first, but really we're putting down these base layers, as it is quite a timely process to do this background. And once again, I'm going to make sure I leave a little bit of a blank page in the center. Just like that. But I still want these edges just a little bit darker. Right, so I'm going to leave it like that. Excuse me, I'm just going to have a quick bit of my drink. And there we go. Right, now I'm going to go, I want to do this little circle, but I want to keep it not too light, but not too dark. So I'm going to go in with a teal kind of colour. That was probably a bit darker than I wanted it to be, but that's fine. And just darken the edge just a little bit. Right. I think I'm going to do this one quite dark. I'm going to go for a darker blue. And just following that circle that I put down before. And then repeating the process. And like I said, like when I'm filling in these circles, I'm not really using much pressure at all because I want the inside of the circle to be lighter. And then as I'm fading into the middle, I'm getting lighter with my pencil. But if you do want to go back in and darken it up, you can, even after, you know, you've done the whole thing. You can just build up on it until you're happy with the way it looks. I'm going to do another light circle here. Now I'd really love to try maybe using like more of a variety of colours, like maybe like, I don't know, like greens and yellows, or like oranges and browns and like coppers or something like that. But for my first try with doing it in this way, I wanted to stick to quite similar colours so that it's easier to get those blends. Right, now that we've got the base of our circles, we're now going to have to start doing this background. I want to keep it like, so the closer it is to my object, for this instance the hourglass, I want to have a darker area around the outside, so I'm going to be using black to basically keep it defined from the background. Now you could always do this in the opposite way and have maybe like white or like some sort of very pale light colour, but I wanted this one to be dark. So I've only just added like a little bit because I don't want too much black, but just enough so that it kind of gives that, you know, background, foreground kind of impression. I'm then going to go in with my next darkest colour, which is like almost black, but it's blue. And just start building up the layers. I'm not going into the circles, I'm just basically going around them. I'm using a little bit of pressure just so I get that really dark, rich pigment, and then fading out into a lighter pressure so it's easier to blend into our next colours. Which is now going to be our next lightest blue. So basically working from dark to light, but you can add these colours wherever you wish. I'm just using the darker colours for the backgrounds around the circles so that it defines them more. I'm also gonna add just a little bit down here. And then I'm going to go in with my next lightest colour, and I'm going to start here. I'm still using quite light pressure. I know it looks really rough at the moment, but it will look like this once we're done. It's literally just a case of building up these layers. I'm now going to take my, it's more of like a greeny teal blue, and I'm going to go round this circle here, just because this one's darker and I'd like the background to be a bit more contrasted to the circle. And I go back in with my dark blue. It's just basically a case of putting these colours down where you want them. You know, there's no specific way, like I've said, it's just how you think would look right. Picking up the wrong pencil. Right. There we go. Just gonna bring this down and then back up, just so it all links together. Just gonna extend this black area here. There we go. And then going back in with the darkest shade of blue again. I definitely recommend, like, if it's your first time trying bokeh, then sticking to quite a simple, easy to blend colour palette would really help. Just gonna do this little bit up here. Right. Okay. So it does look really rough, and it doesn't look much like Bokeh at the moment. But I'm now going to take a blending pencil. My one is very small at the moment, just because I did break it, but I'm chucking my sharpener now. But I am using I will show you the Derwent blender bright stick, and these are incredible. I used to I still love them, but I had the Derwent blenders. They're fantastic. I just found that they seem to dull the pencils quite a lot, like the pigment that I'd already put down. But these are just amazing, and they work with every pencil that I've used them with, and hands down my favourite now. I use them all the time. So yeah, basically just grab your blender. Like, you can use any blender that you like, any one that you normally use, or even blending solution. So yeah, we're just going to basically start with these circles here. We'll do the little one first, actually, and just in a scumbling sort of motion, go round the outer area of your circle first, and then pull it in towards the middle, just like that. And we're going to be doing the same for all of these circles. So just following the pattern that we have down, and just mixing it all together. Probably should have cleaned the blender first, but never mind. It's done now. If you feel like the circle's standing out too much, you can go and take a darker pencil and just add a bit of darker blue. Just around the edges, so it gives that better blended look. Because you don't want them to stick too much out of the page, but you still want to be able to see that that's a circle. Just like that. Now I'm actually going to clean my blender this time. We're going to do the larger one, but I think I'm going to take a dark blue first and just add a little bit of shading. I'm just going to bring it slightly into that other circle. Sorry if I'm knocking the camera. Right, now I'm going to grab my blender again and do the same, starting off with the outer edge of the circle first. And then moving in towards the centre. Just like that. Now I'm gonna do this one here. I don't think this one needs any additional shading. So starting around with the edges and then working into the middle. Just like that. Right, now we're going to do this one. I am going to add a little bit of shading. So it's all just about your own personal preference to how you like it to look. Just like that. And then grabbing the blender again. It is a very repetitive process, but the finished product at the end of it is gorgeous, and I'm so happy that, you know, I found a way that works for me to do this kind of background. And I know that, you know, I'm going to be using this in future pages. Right, just like that. I'm now going to go and blend all of this background area together, just so we can get rid of the white and get that smoother surface. gonna do this a little bit here. I'm not gonna do this area here, just because I still need to fill in this section. But yeah, so that's what we've got so far. Now, to add all of these smaller circles, I'm going to zoom you out just a little bit so you can see what we have already. I'm going to take my Derwent battery operated eraser. Just gonna sort this end out on here. You can use like any erasers, but I just find this one easier because it has the circle end, which just helps to keep that sphere shape that you want in the bokeh background. But yeah, like you can use like the end of a pencil eraser, like anything like that. I'm sure you can achieve the same or similar results. So all I'm going to do is just look at my page and just see where I might want to add some additional circles. So I'm just going to take my eraser and just start erasing where I want those extra circles. And you can do them all different sizes because it helps to achieve that overall look that you want. I do apologise for the noise as well. It's quite a noisy eraser, this one. I'm gonna pop just a few over here. Now you can add as many or as little of these additional circles as you want. Just like that. Now I think I'm just gonna add another one just here. There we go. Now I'm going to take my white pencil, once again using the luminance. I have used luminance for this whole background just because they're one of my favourite pencils, so, and I love to work with them. But yeah, now you're just going to take your white and just basically go round the edge of the circles just to soften them. It helps to blend those colours in. And just like that. If you fill in the middle of the circle as well, it just brightens it up a little bit. And you can do the same for your larger circles. Just go in and add that white. And just like that. Now you can go back in, you can add more circles, you can, you know, the possibilities are endless with how you want it to look. But yeah, it's fairly simple, it's just time consuming. But as you can see, if I zoom you out properly, you can see it does look lovely. And I know there's other, like I've said before, there's other people that do it in a completely different way, but this is how I like to do it, and I found that really is effective and works well for me. So I'm just going to go over everything that I've used in this background. So I've used my luminance pencils, just in all different shades of blues, with a black and a white for adding your shades and your highlights. I have used a Caran d'Ache full blender bright stick and the Derwent battery operated eraser, and obviously the stencil. So yeah, I hope that this little tutorial has helped you guys learn how to do this. I know it's a very daunting background. I've wanted to try it for so long and I failed at it before, and now I feel like I'm at a happy place where I can actually share this with you all and hopefully help you guys learn how to do it too. So yeah, if you want to see the final page, it will be in my, hopefully, my September finish pages for this year. and you'll be able to see the final outcome. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope it's helped you, and I hope you have a fabulous day, and I will catch you all in the next video. Bye.